What's up, y'all?
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
Hi, thanks for joining us.
Hey, welcome.
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 Welcome to the auction.
The auction.
Welcome to the art auction.
Welcome to the auction.
Welcome to Hospitality House's art auction.
Welcome to the art auction, where everyone can be themselves in a respectful manner.
Online art auction means you can buy art from anywhere.
Art auction means buying art from your living dining room office space.
This year's auction is going to be the best ever.
So much good art to bid on.
We're going to have some fun.
Thanks for supporting the auction.
I hope you have a great time. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for supporting the community arts program.
Thanks for joining us.
Good luck on your bidding.
Happy bidding.
Happy busy.
Enjoy.
Enjoy!
Can you feel the love from that? Oh my gosh, welcome everybody to the auction online-ish. This is the 36th annual Hospitality House Annual Art Auction. And my name is SAMSON MANALO. I'm your Director of Development here at Hospitality House, and very, very excited to be here, right here in the heart of the Tenderloin. That's right. We are in our community building program in front of this amazing, fabulous mural by one of our community artists, Ira Watkins. In fact, you could kind of see it here, right there. Very excited to be here.
It's not
We're
easy
going to have
being
a wonderful
homeless
program for you. I'm equally
working
excited because I get to share the stage
you keep
today
believing it.
with an amazing artist in her own right, and she happens to be the Community Arts Program Manager. So please welcome the fantabulous, the very captivating, the badass herself, Janet Williams, y'all. Janet Williams.
Samson, you're far too kind. I am very excited to be here. We have a night full of suspense and intrigue and drama and flair for you. But enough about Samson's outfit right now.
My square, pocket square.
Hey, Samson, do you mind? Would you mind if I take off my mask?
I'm okay with that. You're vaccinated.
I'm vaccinated. You're vaccinated.
Yes. So
we're good to go.
We've been tested also. So so that you can get the full effect. Right?
Yeah.
Of course, this doesn't mean that everyone can take their mask off. We just want to make sure that you're all safe and that you do practice the CDC guidelines. Keep yourself safe. Keep those masks on, especially if you're going outside or in crowded areas. Wash those hands and remember, socially distance. But today, I think we feel comfortable with each other.
It's good. It's good.
It's going to be
Thank you for the consideration, though.
Yes, of course.
So
absolutely. So what's going on?
I'm very excited to announce that right now the live auction pieces of our auction are available to be bid on.
Yes.
We have held them back for you all week because they're very special, incredibly special pieces, but they're now open for bidding. So get your bid paddles.
That's right.
Get going, and then we're also going to be telling you more about these pieces and the artists behind the pieces later on in the show.
And we're also, you're going to learn about more of our artists that use our community arts program, affectionately known as CAP. It's one of Hospitality House 6 community programs. We actually have 5 other community programs that folks don't know about. So we're going to be talking about that. You're going to be learning a lot about Hospitality House. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And we have a very, very exciting announcement from our fearless leader, the executive director of Hospitality House, Mr. Joe Wilson. So he's going to tell us about something very exciting about the future of our community arts program. So grab your paddles. We're going full stream ahead.
I'm excited about that. I'm excited, very, very excited about that announcement that Joe's going to make too, because you too are involved in that announcement. But you're talking about excitement. It's not just starting right now. When the live auction opened up, we actually have been monitoring what's been going on throughout the week. The auction online actually started last Tuesday, and there has been so much going on. Right? There's a lot of drama. Would you say?
It's not drama, all out war. There are so many people bidding on the Midori piece right now. I don't know if you got a chance to see it. Yes. It's called Japanese Dancing Lady. It is lot 152. And as always, everyone wants a Midori piece. So no wonder there's a battle over that. There's also quite the battle happening right now over Lord Frederick's piece. Because it's Lou family. It's a family of Lou furniture. What's not to love about that?
Yeah, there's a toilet, there's a sink, there's a bathtub. Oh, it's great.
That is. And also Axel's Dog with a flower crown,
Oh, yes,
oil pastel.
Yes, I lost that
Titled
already.
Daisy.
Yeah.
Oh, hard luck. Everyone always wants one of Axel's pieces though, because they're so just characterful, just like him.
Yes, just this bitters battle. Can you say that 5 times?
Definitely not.
Yes. But it's happening. It's happening right now as we speak. And remember, it's going to happen all the way till 9 o'clock this evening. So that's when the entire auction closes, including the live auction pieces, which we're going to be introducing shortly too, right? And then you were talking about Gigo's piece.
Oh,
right?
yes, the Gigo piece.
Yeah.
So it's called La Roquette. It is lot 126. Now, Gigo, did you know how he makes his pieces?
How does he mix his pieces?
So he goes around the city, he collects up any discarded or wood that's just sitting on the street. He collects up the wood pieces, he sands them down, varnishes them, and then assemblages them together and creates the incredible pieces that you see La Roquette this evening.
Right. The pieces probably speak to him too. And it's good for the environment as well, right?
Eco art.
So make sure you check out all the silent auction pieces. We also have the live auction pieces. You know, there's so many amazing stories that come out of the community arts program. And I don't know if folks realize, but it's been around since 1969. Hospitality House Community Arts Program started right here in the Tenderloin, right at 146 Leavenworth Street. That's where we had the original art studio, and it's right below the shelter, which is now, actually that building now is our Tenderloin Self-Help Center now. But we're going to show some old footage. We have some old school footage. You want to check it out? Okay, there it is. Yes. Now, again, it started in 1969.
Geez, I bet rent was much cheaper back then.
Oh, yeah. I think that's about the cost of a burrito today, right? Yeah. But if you look at the footage, they did ceramics. They also did
some painting, drawing,
even some printmaking too. And the folks who organized the program realized that there were so many people in our neighborhood, you know, many of them, some of them were dealing with homelessness, they were very low income, and they were very artistic, but they just couldn't afford materials. So they opened up the studio, all the materials are free. To this day, they are still free. The instructions are free. You can go in and make art. Now in 2010, they moved the art studio to Market Street, right below the luggage store gallery at 10009 Market Street. And ever since then, it's been made a wonderful impact in the community. That's where you work now, right?
It's so important because where we are at Market and 6th, we're kind of connecting a few neighborhoods. We're connecting Soma, we're connecting the Tenderloin, we're connecting Mid-Market. And it's just become this central mecca for people to come in, a safe space to make art and to form a community. And it kind of just creates this cool community within a community. You know, the CAP artists, they support each other, they inspire each other. And, you know, we really just all go through it together. And
I think that's
what makes the art so good.
Yes, yeah, it is. And I think it's an important thing to emphasize is that the artists actually see this as a family, as a community that they're building. So it's very important that this stays around, right?
Oh, hell yeah. We've lost too many great art institutions in this city so far.
Right.
We don't want to lose any more.
Yeah, so our aim is really to make this a permanent space, right? A place that establishes the community arts program, right?
Right. Yes. And here is Joe, our fearless leader, to tell us about how you can be part of the future of the community art program, the brilliant creative community.
Welcome to the Hospitality House Community Arts Program. We've been expecting you. Let's take a walk. For more than 50 years in this humble space, magic happens every day and dreams come alive. For the local artists, the community artists, the neighborhood artists, everyone is welcome. We want artists to be able to create in their space. To do that, they need tools. They need to gain confidence with paints and oils, with pottery, with sponges, frames, canvas, paintbrushes of every size and shape. And then, who knows? Magic happens, a new creation. A blank canvas turns into something real. And in our community, and in the arts, perceptions can't be trusted. Are the eyes moving, or am I moving? And so when artists are building their community, they're challenging each other to dream bigger. They're challenging each other to test limits. They're challenging each other to gain confidence. More creations, more creativity explored, more possibilities. And so for us in this space, in our community, the stories and the journeys are just as important as the destination. One such story, one such journey, is the journey of Sylvester Guard, our friend we affectionately call Slick. He left home, ran away from home as a teenage runaway, looking for a new place to call home. He found it here in the Community Arts Program. He also found his calling as an artist, his special talent, his special gift as a painter, forever transforming himself and us in the process. That story happens every day, every moment of the past 50 years in this Community Arts Program. This is why we need you, because now we have an opportunity to build our home here, to lay down our roots, return to our roots, and to build a home and a space to call home in a community that never left us, so we never have to leave. We need you to invest in us. We need you to help us realize this big dream, to help us aim high. You can show us that nothing is impossible. If we can point to it, if we can imagine it, if we can draw it, it can become real. You can help make it real for us. You can invest in us today so that we can realize all of our tomorrows, here, now, in this space. We need you to help us realize that dream. And so the dream that was shared by artists like Ronnie Goodman and Cameron Kim can be real for more artists in the community that we all call home today because of you. Thank you.
Oh, wow. That's exciting.
Yes. Home
Sign
is where
me
the heart.
up.
Sign you up.
Sign me up.
Yes.
Oh, wait. How do you sign me up?
Oh, funny that you would ask. We don't know each other, do we?
Not at all. Never met before, I swear.
Actually, you can help. You can help establish the Community Arts Program and have it as a permanent home. And there's 3 very easy ways to do it. You'll see it on your screen here. First of all, if you're already a bidder, or if you sign on, you don't necessarily have to have made a bid already, but if you already signed up and registered as a bidder, all you have to do is go to the bidding page and click on, you'll see right on the right-hand side, click on the donate button. That's probably one of the easiest ways you could do this. Now, if you didn't register yet, it's not too late. You can still do that. Or if you just want to make a donation to our capital campaign here for our Community Arts Program, text your full name, okay? If you want to be anonymous, just let us know if you want to be anonymous, but text your full name, your email address, and the amount of your pledge to 415-340-1090. Again, 415-340-1090. Very easy to remember. Text your full name or let us know if you want to be anonymous. And then finally, you'll see that little QR code right there on the right-hand side of the screen. That will take you to our website, hospitalityhouse.org/home-4-cap. Just point your camera phone on there, and it'll automatically take you to that website too. And then if you don't have a camera phone, just go to hospitalityhouse.org. And there's a link right there that you can click onto, and it will take you to the right page. So again, you can be part of this amazing opportunity to help our community artists have a permanent home where they can go in and make art for free, right? For free. They can learn to make it. They can exhibit for free. All this free for our community artists. And by the way, I forgot to mention, right? Whatever our artists sell, they get to keep 100% of the proceeds, right? So it's amazing. So tonight, our goal for this capital campaign, The Heart of Art, a home for CAP, is $250,000. And I think we could do it. What do you think?
I have faith. I think it'll happen.
There's a lot of love. There's a lot of love out there for our artists, for Hospitality House. So remember, those are the 3 ways you can do it. We're going to be taking donations all night long. So just don't hesitate. pull out the plastic.
Great news, Samson. Great news.
What's that?
What you just said just made such an impact.
Oh.
We've already got a donation in.
Yeah, what is that?
We got a matching challenge this time.
Ooh,
so this
okay.
is from one of our long-term supporters, Alana Drimsek.
Oh, yes,
she has
Alana.
Put $10,000 in as a matching challenge.
Oh my gosh, 10,000. Thank you, Alana. We love you, Alana. Thank you.
That's amazing. Thank
you.
you.
That is a matching donation, which means that she is challenging you all out there to try to bring in $10,000 so that she can match it. Okay. And remember, though, the way matching works is that if we don't reach our goals, we have to offer the money back.
Yeah. So let's not leave any money on the table tonight. All right.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
Samson, I think we should celebrate this. This is great news.
I think, yeah, this is wonderful. Thank you,
So
Alana.
now, normally at this point in the evening, when we're doing this live, when it's not COVID times,
the in-person
we're somewhere
events,
fantastic, somewhere very fabulous. There's a lot of people around. You might be catching up with friends, doing some people watching, keeping an eye on the bids. You might be in the line at the bar. You might be getting something refreshing. So, I think it's time.
I think, she came prepared. This is
I think it's time.
She's Irish. You know what? I'm going to do the same thing too.
So I invite you all to take this moment.
Get your refreshments,
to go into your kitchen or wherever you are, grab a refreshment and enjoy celebrating with us.
Yes, click. Now, this is not vodka. People are going, is that vodka? No,
he's drinking water. I've got the good stuff.
THHE from the THHE's finest, okay? I think it's 2020.
Oh, great. Right. Oh, great. Now we're off to it. Now we're kicking it off.
All right, we are cooking right now. I think we're ready. I'm going to put this down also too. So
all right.
What do you say? I mean, are you ready? I think
now I'm ready.
I think
now I'm ready. Let's go.
People have been waiting to see what kind of artwork we've been holding back, right? So let's. Is that time? Is that time? Yes, it is.
Never asked. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's do this. Okay, so we're going to start to show you exactly what all the different live pieces and what you see right there. This is lot number 200. This is a piece by Oakland-born artist Alicia McCarthy, created with colored pencils, spray paint on paper. Its dimensions are 20 by 24 framed. Now, Alicia is known for her signature style of vibrant colors, often woven patterns on mixed media panels.
Yeah, in fact, my favorite mural in the city is the mural that Alicia did on Market and 7th.
Yes, right.
Every morning I come up out of the BART, I see it, and I was like, oh, it's a good day with those colors in the sky. It's
so
a
much
beautiful piece.
Yeah, beautiful color. I love that piece also. Now, it says here that found wood and spray paint are two of her commonly used materials. Now, McCarthy is also a member of the Mission School, which is a movement that emerged in the 1990s. Probably familiar with the Mission District here in San Francisco. The movement was inspired by using non-traditional artistic materials and found objects, and also celebrating the culture and the graffiti artists, the graffiti and the murals around the Mission District. So that is lot number 200, Untitled by Alicia McCarthy. Boy, that's a great way to start this live auction.
There is already 8 bids on that exact piece.
My gosh,
so if you want it, you're going to have to get a bit competitive and keep an eye on it, because there's already 8 folks trying to get it.
Now we're going to move on to lot number 201, and this is by the artist Ariel Gold, titled "Come Fly With Me," which was painted in 2015 using acrylic and metallics on canvas. Its dimensions are 8 inches by 8 inches, framed as you see. Now, Ariel was a longtime gracious supporter of Hospitality House and a very popular, well-loved community artist. Sadly, this past October, she passed away. And I'd like to share this message that her family had sent us that was written by her family. Ariel Gold lived every day vibrantly, and she looked forward to the auction every year. Her husband, Eric, and their 2 daughters, Rylan and Presley, are honored to donate one of Ariel's original works to a wonderful cause she believed in wholeheartedly. Live vibrantly in memory of her. That is lot number 201, Come Fly With Me by Ariel Gold.
Such a beautiful piece.
It is.
Next up, we have lot 202 by Basher. Basher is a community artist. He's been coming with us 5-6 years.
Yes.
This piece is called Boating and Flying Through the Landscape of My Madness. It's acrylic on canvas. It's 18 by 24, and it was made in 2020. So Bashar says about his piece, I did not set out to be an artist. I just wanted to draw smiley faces. Then I decided to draw the way I see the world, hallucinations and all. If I tried to tell you what I see, you would think I'm insane. And maybe I am. So Bashar's art practice is directly connected to his well-being and mental health. When he paints what he sees around him, he can experience the world in a much more calm way. So I find Bashar's paintings really interesting and exciting because I find the more you look at them, you start to see the world the way he sees it, with the pareidolia, where faces and different figures will appear where they weren't before. So the more you look at it, I'll often say to Bashar, I'm like, was there meant to be a face there, or am I just seeing that? And he's like, that's because it's working. Another thing that's really important about Bashar's work is that it gives us a lesson in empathy and understanding. It reminds us that we don't all see the world the same way. In fact, some of us see the world in very different ways. And this is something that we should always give space for, and then even sometimes celebrate it. So that is Lot 202 by Bashar.
Yes, I love Bashar's. I have a couple at home.
Oh, look at you.
And every time I look at them, it just makes me smile. And, you know, and also it's always a great conversation piece when you're being able to, there's always something different, like you said, every time you look at it. So check that out. We're going to go to our next lot number 203. And this is by one of my most favorite persons in the entire world, Oakland artist Kate White. Now, this piece is called The Last Days of Curtis Street. It was created in 2021 with acrylic, latex, spray paint on wood panel, and its dimensions are 14 inches by 17 inches. Now, Kate wrote a little piece, a little thing about this piece here. I spent the last 12 years of my life living on Curtis Street in West Oakland. I came in as a stranger and was welcomed into the fold. One of my first paintings that reached the public eye, Curtis Street Auto Service, depicted the vibrant life on the block. I recently left Curtis Street, and this painting touches on the melancholy of change and on how encroaching gentrification makes the remaining people feel like strangers in their own land. That is lot number 203, Last Days of Curtis Street by Kate White.
I love that piece a lot.
Yes,
it's got a lot of character. All right, next up we have lot 204 by Charles Blackwell. This is Monday Morning Chicago L Train Station. It was made in 2020. It is ink on paper and it is 18 by 20 inches. Now, Charles has been producing creative work since his undergrad studies in visual art. After becoming partially blind, he stopped working in the visual arts for many years. But upon returning to painting, Charles found that his blindness actually gave him an originality. So Charles has been exhibited nationally and currently works out of the community art program. His creativity is to encourage, or his creative motivation is to encourage and inspire others. Now, what I like about this painting is that it transports you right there. You can feel the morning light. You are in the train station. You're in Chicago. You can almost hear the jazz player down the station. You can smell the oil of the train. It just puts you right there. And this beautiful turquoise light fading and everything. It just makes it so gorgeous.
Yeah, that's what's so unique about Charles' paintings. You know, you hear like this one in particular, you could hear the jazz music. Maybe there's like Eric Dolphy in the past, you know, and you could hear it, or a Coltrane music, and like you said, you could smell you could just smell being there in the station too.
And now, do you know the way Charles makes his paintings? Because he's blind, he will select colors verbally. He'll tell us what colors he wants. Then he will make it entirely intuitively. He does all of this just from instinct, and then every so often checking in to say, oh, is this balance, is that going okay? But this is all intuition, is how he paints.
He's so talented. He's also a playwright. I don't know if you're a playwright and a poet too.
Yeah,
so
and he teaches kids poetry in Oakland as well, just to give back.
Man.
He's a cool dude, very cool dude.
That's the thing about the community arts program, CAP. They're just incredible stories of almost every artist that's there that uses the program has their own story. You know, they have a very, and Charles is just one of them. Just an incredible story.
Really is.
Incredible folks.
That's lot 204, Charles Blackwell. And yeah, there's a lot of really incredible, inspiring stories coming out of the CAP. A lot of incredible, inspiring artists. So one of the most inspiring artists that I've ever met is Cameron Kim. So Cameron came to the community arts program about 5 years ago. He was an incredibly talented artist.
Okay.
I'm okay.
You got this.
who, like most incredibly talented artists, didn't think he was any good, even though he sold a piece of work for $1,600 at the very first auction he submitted to.
He was so excited.
So he believed that if we all made art and if we all painted, we would understand each other and it would bring us closer together. Cameron was often frustrated by the wealth disparity in San Francisco because he couldn't understand how people could walk around with so much money in their pockets and they'd step over him when he was trying to sell his paintings. So he always wanted to see the world be a more fair place. So he's sadly missed by the community art program, by his sister Candy, and by his friends.
Janet, I should mention, and Janet, who runs the program, of course, like I just said earlier, is they've created a community there, and I think what you should be proud of is that you know, his last days, you know, his last year, really, last couple of years, was the community. That was his family community arts program. You all took care of him. You really did, and you know, you should be happy about that. That you know, he's at peace now, but you know, just be happy that you showed him love, and I think that's the important thing.
He deserved it.
Because he really deserved it, Cameron Kim. So rest in peace, my brother. Another artist too, also that left us last year, last August, was Ronnie Goodman. Ronnie Goodman was a longtime supporter and artist that used our community arts program. And he actually passed away on the streets at the corner of 16th and Cap. That's where he continued to make art all the way to that last day. That's where his home was. I would say more, but Joe Wilson, our executive director, wrote this just put it so eloquently about Ronnie. Joe wrote, Ronnie Goodman was a poet, father, ex-con, marathon runner, above all else, an artist who lived life hard every day. Ronnie Goodman found a creative home at our community arts program, created a body of work that spanned several decades, mentored and supported by his longtime friend, Art Hazelwood. For those of us who knew Ronnie, he was complex, unpredictable, talented, troubled. He was a drug user. He was a gifted artist. He was a revolutionary poet. He was a marathon runner. In the summer of 2014, Ronnie trained for the San Francisco Marathon and turned it into a fundraiser. And consistent with Ronnie's penchant for the unpredictable, he donated the entire proceeds from his Run with Ronnie benefit, several thousands of dollars, to Hospitality House. Ronnie Goodman, artist, homeless person, philanthropist. Unquestionably, Ronnie chose his own path. For so many years, community advocates, counselors, social workers, and health professionals all tried to get Ronnie to come in from the cold, to let others help him. Ronnie chose not to follow where others tried to lead him. Having survived the cold, the hard walls of San Quentin, Ronnie decided he would not go back inside. And he's done that. True to form, Ronnie Goodman created his own space for his art on the streets where he lived and where he died. Just want to say rest in peace, my brothers.
Wow, Samson, that really must have moved some people.
Yes.
We just got another donation in.
Oh, we did.
We
Oh, okay,
did.
okay.
$25,000 has been added to the matching challenge.
Oh, it's a matching. Okay, great, great. $25,000. And who's it from?
It's from Leslie and Merle,
Oh,
of course.
Our
friends.
Yes, our good friends, Leslie and Merle Raven. Thank you so much, Leslie and Merle.
That's
oh my
so
gosh.
generous. Thank you so much.
That brings it up to 35,000 then, right? So we have a 35,000 matching challenge right now for all of you. If we can try to reach that within this hour, that would be wonderful. Remember, you are contributing to a permanent home for our community artists, for our neighborhood artists at the Community Arts Program. We'll be able to get that space permanently, and you could do it. I showed you how to do it. 3 quick ways to do it. Look at that. We're at 41,150. Again, if you're already on the bidding page, just hit the donate button right on the right-hand side in the main page, or you can text your full name, okay, your email address, and the amount you would like to pledge to 415-340-1090. That's 415-340-1090. And let us know if you want to be anonymous. Or on the screen there, all you have to do is point your camera to that QR code, and it'll take you to the appropriate page, which is hospitalityhouse.org, home-4-cap. We're at 41,650 right now. Oh my gosh. I think we're
It's working. It's working.
Yes. I'm very, very, very excited. You know, it's about building community, and that's always been the part of the DNA for Hospitality House. Now, folks, I don't know, you know about our community arts program now. It's been around since 1969. Hospitality House started a couple years before that. In 1967, some folks called it the Summer of Love, right?
And speaking of with the community being in our DNA, we were created by the community. So a bunch of LGBT teens came to the Tenderloin. They discovered there wasn't a safe place for them to congregate. So they started what is now the Tenderloin Drop-In Center. And we still have the same program, the same mission in the same location on Turk and Leavenworth.
And it's important to note that at that time too, Hospitality House made sure that the folks who were in the programs also were part of the decision-making of their lives there. So the programs also were shaped by the people who were using the programs. That's a pure-based approach that we've always used. We always hire from within the community. So it's a true community building way that we do things here at Hospitality House, which makes me so proud to be part of this organization. Now, we actually have some old footage, right, that can talk a little bit about Hospitality House, how it has survived all these years, 50 plus years. You're going to see in this footage, Paul Bowden. Paul Bowden is currently the creator and the executive director of the Western Regional Advocacy Project. And also our very own, our big dog himself, Joe Wilson, who is our executive director here at Hospitality House. Now, Paul Bowden and Joe Wilson were both shelter residents in the early 80s. In the early 80s, they were sleeping in our shelter at Hospitality House. Now they are leading organizations that advocate, and they've always been strong, powerful advocates for homeless rights. And so you will see from this clip, it's amazing because they're part of the origin story of the Coalition on Homelessness, which is just this kick-ass organization that always fights for the rights of homeless folks, and the Community Housing Partnership as well. There, you can see that they're in their history. So 2 extraordinary gentlemen who really carved this out.
And isn't it really cool to think that right now, today, someone staying in our shelter, someone writing up their resume at the employment center, someone making art over at the art program, they could be the next executive directors of Hospitality House, of the coalition, of RAP. We know it could happen because it's already happened.
Yeah, it's already happened. So it's that belief in humanity, right?
Exactly. Now, we've got some footage for you, but it's a little bit dated, so bear with us on the quality. It's dated, but the message is still strong.
But the system was really different in the early 80s. And not just Hospitality House was different, the whole system, the whole way that we as a society address homelessness was very different. And the first responders to homelessness weren't shelter operators or people that decided to run a shelter. It was community organizations that had people in their community that were ending up homeless. House had always stayed open till 11 as a community center, a drop-in space that predated homelessness. It was a safe place to get your mail and to hang out with people and to play dominoes. There was more domino games going on and chess games and watch the ball game. You know, all that stuff that in an SRO you really can't do. This was a space where people hung out and did that. And then at 11 o'clock they'd go home, you know. And at 11:30, after we wiped everything down, we'd let people that had no home to go to come in and crash.
Hospitality House, I think in a real sense, was the centerpiece, certainly of resources for homeless people in the Central City area.
Wow, that footage really is old. Joe didn't even have any gray hair back then.
I know. You know, it's crazy though. Paul looks exactly the same,
Yeah,
man.
how is that?
What's up with that? I mean, did he make a deal with the devil or something?
Like, he's like Dorian Gray or something.
He's got some picture in the attic or something, some painting in
Hey,
the attic.
speaking of paintings,
Yes.
want to get back to the live?
Yes, let's do this. Yes. All right. I think we'll continue with lot number 205. What do you say? 205. This is one of my favorite pieces also. It's a piece by mission artist Gianluca Francese titled Stigma. It was created in 2016. It's made with aluminum, silver, and 12K gold leaf with acrylic glaze on panel. Its size is 36 inches by 48 inches. Now, Gianluca Francese is an Italian-born artist who has lived and worked in San Francisco for the past 14 years. Now, he is the son of a jewelry maker and a pupil of the old masters of Italian art. He started painting early on, moving through realist, expressive, and narrative styles. With a background in decorative painting, his style has evolved to blend continuous patterns of color with dynamic metal reflections and a meticulous attention to detail guided by his dedication to flawlessness. Now, each painting plays with the viewer's perspective. You were commenting on that before, right? Illuminating the spaces in which they reside.
Oh yeah, the way the light hits this piece is just spiritual. It's so gorgeous.
Yes.
Especially natural light on this piece, it ignites a whole room. It's so lovely.
So that is lot number 205, Gianluca Francese's Stigma.
Beautiful. Now I want to roll us on straight to lot 206. This is by one of my favorite San Franciscan artists,
Yes.
Kelly Tunstall. So this is the Transcendentals, made in 2019. It's acrylic on canvas and it is 40 by 40 inches in dimensions. Now, Kelly's a San Francisco-based artist living and working in the area for the past 20 years. She's a graduate of CCA and she works primarily with a stylized figurative form in a graceful lyrical interpretation of our modern lives, infused with a personal mythology. Kelly collaborates often with her husband Ferris Plock, who very generously has donated not one but two pieces into our silent auction for this evening.
Pizza.
And they have 2 boys, 2 cats, and eat a lot of pizza.
Yes, pizza.
Now, let me know if you agree with me, but I reckon if Kelly Tunstall's work was a bird, it would be a hummingbird.
And why is that?
It's energetic and it's very special when you see it, but it's just got this mystical quality. And it's also quite delicate. And what I really like about this piece and most of Kelly's pieces is that the figures in it, it's like they've got a secret and they dance around in front of you and they're not going to quite tell you right away. You have to take the work home and spend some time and then these beauties will let you know what the secret is.
Yes, there's also that in that delicacy, there's strength too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Strength, that's what I love about Kelly.
That's lot 206, Kelly Tunstall.
All right, we're going to continue with lot 207, and this is by longtime Hospitality House supporter, and it's the magnificent Lucky Rap. And this piece is titled "This Too Shall Pass." Halo C2-628, and it's created in 2021. It's mixed media on canvas, 8 inches by 13 inches by 2.5 inches. You noticed probably in the video there, it was delicate. So you got Tess Davis's arm there, one of our development manager, who made sure that it was held safely there. And from what I understand, that it already has 5 bids, Janet. 5 bids.
Well, of course.
Yes.
Sensational. And what a motto for this year and last year.
Yes, yeah, it's very needed, right? In fact, this is what Lucky wrote about it. Announcing my new series, This Too Shall Pass, in collaboration with Art House and C2 Paint. I work with white so often that in my artwork, because I think of white as a new beginning, offering reflections, expansion, purity, compassion, and the optimistic possibilities of hope. Using 50 different white shades, this new series, This Too Shall Pass, reflects how we are so different yet alike in our connected desire for hope and positive universal change amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. That is lot number 207 by the incredible Lucky Rap.
Such a beautiful piece. Now, next up, we have lot 208 by community artist, studio assistant, all year round badass dude. This is Slick's art.
Slick.
It's titled Uchu. Uchu is Japanese for infinite space. It's acrylic on canvas. It was done in 2020 and it is 18 by 24 in dimension. Now, what Sylvester says about his art is that me talking about my art is like asking a bird why it can fly. It just is what it is. I've been creating art since I was 5, so I am who I am. Sometimes terrible, sometimes brilliant, sometimes simple, sometimes complicated. Half the time, I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen when I start to paint. I like to create. I like to give people who have grieved a sense of closure. I like to empower with my art. I like to make all people feel beautiful with my art. I like to make people laugh, sometimes cry. And the fact that I've done these things shows, yeah, I got something. So Sylvester told me this was initially a design for a tattoo he wanted, but then he discovered, thought that the colors wouldn't quite go well on the skin tone, so he made this painting instead. Also, a side note, Sylvester loves owls. And if you want a bit of a laugh, Google owl's legs in image search, and you'll have a lot of funny pictures that me and Sylvester got to enjoy looking at one day. I think that what I love about this piece is that, like most of Sylvester's work, it encompasses so much of his personality. So this is technically impeccable, but it also, if you've met Sylvester, you know he's friendly, he's encouraging, he's enthusiastic. And I kind of read this piece that Sylvester's the owl because he's white, he's been through a few things, and the snakes are the bad guys, you know, the creeps, the bad doers. And the owl's coming in, clearing away the snakes, which is going to give space for the beautiful flowers to grow. So that's just my interpretation.
Nice.
You can make your own interpretation.
Yes, but that's a great thing. His artwork is just, there's so much going on every time, and you can have many stories that come out of his artwork. And I will look up owl's legs, man.
Owl's legs!
I could picture maybe they're wearing like MC Hammer pants or something.
Even better.
Even better. Okay. All right.
So that's lot 208, Uchu by Slick. Ooh, and next up, one of the pieces I am most excited about in this whole entire auction. This is lot 209 by Tansiri Numis. This is called Over the Rocks. It is a very special piece. It was made in 2021. It's finished about 2 days before we needed it for the auction website.
A perfectionist.
He is a master, in fact. It's clay and acrylic on wooden panel. It is 20 by 16 inches. And the artwork uses clay on wood panels as a base. And then on top of this, Tan applies multiple layers of colored acrylic and then laser etches them away to create the desired image. So then, once he's etched it away, he will hand paint back onto the top and then also scrape away from the hand painting. So I discovered, with his process being quite fascinating, I'm always watching and seeing how he's doing it. And then so recently I was like, how did you get that effect? And he said, I used a cheese grater. So thankfully, Kate was in the studio that day and she said, no, there's all these wood carving tools you can use. But it's just an example of how we make art, we make our own art, but we're always making it in community.
Yes.
I've also had the pleasure of watching Tan grow as an artist for the last 5, 6, 7 years. And he is, I tell you now, he is one to watch.
Yes,
he is just going from better to better.
Yeah, he gets alive just a few years ago. I remember, and when he sold the piece was sold, I think it was close to 5,000. He started crying. It just shows the emotion and Tan's story is an incredible story. You've probably seen the video that's on the bidding page. You can hear that's
Oh, yeah.
that's Tan. Tan's there, and it's wonderful.
Serenumus.
And he uses cheese in his painting. That's
Oh, and
good.
cheese grater.
Oh, gee, okay.
So he has to decide: does he want a sandwich or make some art?
Yeah. It looks good. It looks like a good Gouda. You know, it's beautiful.
It's not cheese.
You don't know. I'm kidding.
209. Good luck if you want to get your hands on that, because everyone always wants one of Tan's pieces.
Yeah, just don't eat it. That's all. All right, and finally we got lot number 210, and this is an incredible duo that has been around for a long time and longtime supporters of Hospitality House. TW5, thank you TW5 for donating this incredible piece. It is called The Gallerist. It was created in 2018 and then finished in 2021. It's hand-cut adhesive back vinyl on panel. Its dimensions are 18 inches by 24 inches, and you know that's their trademark. TW5 is an art duo that was formed in 2009, and are made from two artists that are coming from two different continents, Europe and South America. As a pair, TW5 explore their opposite cultures and turn their ideas and thoughts into massive size vinyl installations.
They're so cool.
The adhesive back vinyls come in big rolls that they carefully hand cut and place onto boards and directly onto windows, walls, ceilings, and floors. TW5 have enjoyed numerous solo exhibitions in the Bay Area and abroad, and has participated in artist residencies at like the Headlands Center for the Arts. This piece was first completed in 2018, but then in 2021, TW5 reworked and changed most of the pieces to what you see today. The artist duo wanted to create a narrative that showcases a part of the art industry where the gallerist is the center of attention in their artwork. That's lot number 210 by TW5.
What a cool piece. I love that flipping of the gaze. Normally the gallerist is behind the artwork and now they're in the front. It's very cool.
Yes, very cool piece too.
Samson.
Yes?
Breaking news just in.
What's that?
We have another big donation.
Oh, yes.
We have a donation of $10,000.
Oh, yes.
From the Four Sisters in the Bay Area.
Yes, actually they kicked in another 500. So, so it's
amazing.
A matching. They're doing it as another matching. So this is the deal now. This is from the Four Sisters from the Bay Area. Thank you so much, Four Sisters.
Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. We now have a matching of 45,500. And look at that, we're up to 52,875. Nice. Okay, so again, just keep it. Doesn't mean we reach our goal. We still got to get that.
We're getting there. We're
getting there. So 45,500, which means that's in order to match that, right? We're going to add an additional 45,500. And remember, you could be part of this building a permanent home for CAP, establishing a permanent home for CAP. Just go to hospitalityhouse.org, or again, remember, text your full name, your email address, and your pledge amount to 415-340-1090. 340-1090.
Yeah.
Just that easy. Just text.
How cool would it be to be like walking downtown and you walk by an art studio and you're like, I've contributed to that.
Yes,
I'm part of that. That'd be cool.
That's right.
Now, we've talked a lot about the community art program this evening because we're very proud of it as a program. But we also, as Samson said earlier, have 5 other programs, which we're incredibly proud of as well. So we also, on 6th Street, we have a self-help center. Now, this is a place that folks can go in. They can connect with a case manager who can connect them with housing, with other resources, medical needs. We also have some harm reduction therapists there if people need some extra support. We also just have coffee if people just need to come in and take a break from the street. Right. Now, next door to our 6th Street self-help center is the Employment Resource Center. Now, this are a badass crew who, if you need a job, they will get you a job. They help you build your resume, build your cover letter. They'll connect you with employers. And then once you've got your job, they'll help you keep the job. Now, we also have an Employment Resource Center up in the Tenderloin. Right. That's within our Tenderloin Self-Help Center, which is same deal. We've got case managers there, harm reduction therapists. We have coffee. We have Jazzy Fridays. It's a community center for people who have nowhere other than that to go. And you notice it when the centers are closed for the day. You notice it in the neighborhood. Like, these are important resources that if they're not there, it makes a big difference.
Yes, and these
we got other programs.
Yes, we do. But I wanted to mention, man, these programs are run by a bunch of badasses too. Sherry Davis over at the 6th Street Self-Help Center. We've got Tiffany, just energy. Tiffany,
always
just,
energetic,
Tiffany
always
Jackson,
positive.
And of course, Dwayne, who you see probably in the picture right there in the center, man.
They're there. I wasn't even looking at that.
Yeah, this is his kingdom, man. Dwayne, just running the Tenderloin Self-Help Center. Now we have a couple more programs. Like Janet said, we also have a shelter program. Now, again, I mentioned earlier that our executive director and Paul Bowden, Joe Wilson and Paul Bowden, they both stayed at the shelter back in the 80s. We've had this program since the 80s. Now, when COVID hit last year, approximately a year ago, there are 30 residents in our shelter. It's an all-men shelter. And they were scared. And rightfully so, because this virus was spreading. We were one of the first organizations that actually moved all our shelter residents into a hotel. Even before that was established later on, we were one of the first organizations who did that. And all the residents that were in our shelter were so grateful that we took those steps to really save their lives. Now, our shelter program is part of the city's program, the Shelter-in-Place Hotels. So now we're running a Shelter-in-Place Hotel. We also have a great program manager there, Alicia Coleman over there, who is taking care of 60+ residents that we have there, along with our director of community engagement, Wendy Click. So that's our shelter program. And then finally, we are standing right in the middle, smack dab at the heart of the Tenderloin, our community building program run by the incredible also Ebony Salazar, and they have the Can Do crew here. Now, the community building program, if you're not familiar with what they do here, we open the doors to anybody in the community, in their neighborhood. Volunteers can come in and they can volunteer for different services that we offer. The other program that we have is it's called Healing, Organizing, Leadership and Development. Yes, it's out of our community building program. It's called HOLD. And the great thing about this program is it's healing. Healing is the first part. It teaches people how to recognize trauma, how trauma works, how to recognize their own trauma and confront their own trauma. And once they can overcome that or be able to live or deal with that trauma, then we go into the organizing and leadership development part of the program, where we teach people leadership skills and how to lead the community. They learn how to go, we take field trips to City Hall. They learn how policy is made. They learn how to make public testimony at the Board of Supervisor meetings. They even get to meet our supervisors and are familiar with how the laws work and how policy is made, so that their voices are heard and that they're involved in the policies that affect them. So that is our community building program. They do other things too, like tenants' rights workshops, immigrant rights workshops, voting rights. It's really quite an incredible program. So that's our 6 programs in a nutshell, right? Hospitality House, we're all about rebuilding lives, right? Celebrating creativity and strengthening community. And that's one of the important things that I learned being able to work here.
We're all about community. Now we have a very exciting treat coming up for you again. We have a very short video called Believing in Humanity. This is the story of Darnell, John and Slick. Yes, the same Slick who is lot number 208. And this is a story of how they found Hospitality House and how it changed things in their lives.
I've been a resident of the Tenderloin for 30+ years, and it's a meeting place for just about everyone I know. We used to give each other nicknames, and they used to call me Big John. You know, you come in the door, and you know they always the guys josh around. But
I initially seen this place, but I didn't know it was here. I was a runaway. I was in a lot of trouble all the time, so I got wrapped up in some gang-related activities, and my dad, he dropped me off. I was pretty much trying to just eat day to day. It was terrible. It was a really bad time.
About 4 or 5 years ago, when I was in the emergency shelter, I had left Arizona, and it was like 100 and some degrees. And then when I got here, it was raining, wet, cold, and I had thought I went through a time warp or something. And so a guy in this emergency shelter told me about coming over here to get a cup of coffee, and I can get in out of the rain. And so we came over here. This is the first time I ever came to the hospitality house.
I kind of learned that I didn't have anything to hide. I could just be me. You know, I got comfortable hearing other stories. People used to say, let their hair down. Well, just let me down.
We had a sense of unity that it didn't matter where you came from. When you came in here, we was family. It didn't matter when you walked through the door, you know? You was either an artist, you could have been a fashion model, you could have been anybody.
It lifted me up out of that depression, because before then I really had no hope, because the shelters, they was driving me crazy. The security guards were searching me, throwing all my food away, and so I was frustrated. So I would come to the hospitality house and vent. And so Joe and Wendy told me about the whole program, asked me did I want to sign up for it, and I was like, yeah, anything to get away from that shelter. They gave me this big, thick book to read, and so at first I was like, I didn't feel like reading it and stuff. So then I started reading. I was like, oh my God, this is me. It's rough, but it's good for you. It's like medicine. It taught me that I was going through like depression and post-traumatic stress disorder and everything, and taught me how to get it under control. And it was like taking me through massive changes.
I learned how to, most of all, be not just only accepting, but to be calm. I learned to have charity. These are some lessons that I got from down here. I'm an artist now, I'm a professional artist, and I don't think in any other place that would have been possible. I probably would be dead or something. My struggles, they gave me an insight that I feel put me above a lot of other people.
When Joe approached me and asked me would I like to be on the board, I said, yeah, I would love to, because I got a lot of ideas. But when I went on the interview, I was so nervous, it was like my leg was shaking, so I had to keep my hand on my knee to keep my leg from shaking. And then they asked me to step out the room, and me and another guy was out there nervous with butterflies. And they came back and said that we was accepted, and I was happy. That was like one of the greatest days of my life.
The hospitality house gives me hope because people that I actually slept in the shelter with on mats are now retiring from jobs. People have started families. I can remember a gentleman walking up to me on the streets and giving me $50. And it took some explaining, but it turns out I was his case manager from some 20 years back, and I was shocked to hear that he was retiring from Muni. And it's stories like this that makes me really proud to have been associated with the hospitality house, and I still am, and will always be.
Now, Samson, did you know Slick, aka Sylvester Guard, started coming to Hospitality House when he was 14?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but he's turning 40 this year.
Oh, wow.
So he's been with us that long, and now it's incredible because he's a studio assistant, he's working over at the art program, he is just giving back every single day. It's really, really incredible.
I should mention too that Darnell Boyd, who's in the video also, is one of our board members here at Hospitality House. So very proud of that. And he's also a graduate of the Hold, the Hold program that I was talking about earlier too. So
exactly. More breaking news.
Oh, okay, breaking news.
Now,
okay.
you actually might want to sit down for this one. Are you ready?
All right. Maybe I'll try to pretend I'm sitting down.
We've got another donation in.
Oh, okay. This is a donation.
This one is for the Find a Home for CAP campaign.
Okay.
And it is for $50,000.
Oh my gosh, $50,000.
It's from Leslie and Merle.
Oh, Leslie and Merle
Thank
again.
You so
oh my
much.
gosh, it's like they match their own. But 50,000. We are up to 100.
That's incredible.
3,635. We broke 100, everybody. Remember, 250 is our goal. But check that out, 103,635. My gosh, just think of it. You know, it's a permanent home for CAP. This is going to be a staff. We won't have to worry about are artists getting displaced. Believe me, there in the last several years, I've heard so many stories of artist studios closing and our artists getting displaced, having to move to other parts of the Bay Area, Vallejo, all the way up north.
It really just feels like you're on the chopping block as an art center. You're thinking like, okay, when am I next? Because you're seeing all the other organizations close and move, and it's scary.
Yes, and so just to think, we can actually establish a home for our community arts program, and this is for artists in our neighborhood who can drop in anytime to make free art and also keep the proceeds of their creations. So it's a like, unique social
there's
enterprise.
A social enterprise within the studio, and there's a lot of artists who, you know, they can count on selling their work and making enough money and having a lot more disposable income than if they weren't coming in and making art.
Right, exactly. So big thank you from the bottom of our hearts to Leslie and Merle Rabin. Thank you so much for the 50,000 that put us over the 100. We're getting close, y'all. We're getting close. Remember, 250 is our goal. So make sure that you check it out. Bid. You could go to the bidding page, hit donate, or text 415-340-1090. Your full name, your email address, the amount of your pledge. Make sure you let us know if you want to be anonymous. And you can also scan the QR code you see on your screen there. Just point your phone, your cell phone there, or go to hospitalityhouse.org. Home or CAP is the webpage. So you can help us build this permanent home, right? Yeah. Because that's it, you know, we got to continue having these stories that come out, right? Story after story is just incredible, inspirational. It talks about it just shows the human condition and what we can do if we all look at each other as humans, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. So right now we have a sneak peek documentary made. And this is made by SABRINA LEE and OLIVIA, AULD, two fantastic people who came into the studio. They got to know the artists, and they noticed there was one artist in particular who was doing something quite interesting. So Caroline Poyan has been an artist who has blossomed right in front of us. She came in, she was quiet, and now she is this determined, talented, incredible artist. So Caroline's story embodies why every city needs a community art program. In the simple act of getting to the art studio, painting all day long, and then coming back the next day, you can achieve healing, you can achieve restoration of relationships, you can take your life back.
Growing up in the Bay Area, art was an early part of my life that always kind of brought me some validation. Looking back, the most memorable experience I have with art was when my mother used to take me to work with her as a child. And she'd sit me down with a bunch of colored pens and I would draw all day. And at the end of the day, she would have me come up to the front of the office and I would have a little show of my artwork. Since then, art has been something that was special to me. About 5 years ago, I developed an addiction for crystal meth. And at the time I was also in depression and I was going through, I had marital problems. I was going through a lot in life. But what I was able to do was start painting. Because I guess all the event up energy that I had or frustration, it allowed me to have like an outlet. And I needed to heal myself. I've been coming to Hospitality House for about 4 years now. Hospitality House has been a sanctuary for me to come in, where I was able to feel accepted, work on myself, knowing that I'd be able to find a means to kind of integrate back into the normal world, into society, without any judgment, and really give me my hope and my faith in myself as an artist. Usually the concept of what I'm painting comes after I've painted something or begun a painting. I don't really start out with a certain concept. It just kind of comes out of me. This painting resulted in a woman or a self producing or exuding their own energy out into the world as well as receiving it. And this painting kind of represents like an unbridled passion of freedom to dance and explore life. More than an art show. It's my recovery. It's community. It's a little wave towards change. And I think when people are creative, it's just very positive. It's very loving. I have nothing but faith in the future. It's another step towards where I'm going and where life's taking me, which is going to be a step up, and not a step back.
Thank you, Caroline, so much for sharing your story. And thank you, Olivia and Sabrina, for capturing it in such a beautiful way.
Yes.
So don't forget, Caroline's in the auction, of course. She is lot 113. Her piece is called Tala, and make sure to check it out.
And it's a lovely piece too. Lovely video, by the way. It's very nice. And I'm so proud of Caroline, I got to say, because she's also Filipino-American. She's a Filipina, man. I'm Filipino, so gotta, my peeps.
They're represented.
Represent. So that's great. So, let's check on what's going on. I think if we take a quick look, is there any kind of drama, Janet?
There's not really any drama. There's just all-out bidding wars happening right now.
Wars,
left, right, and center. Bidding wars all around.
So I think we've got there is a bidder for the Alicia McCarthy piece. That's 200. Lot number 200.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's up that.
Bidder 637. Yeah, you really want the piece. I love it.
Yes. It's at up to 4,200 there.
Yes.
And then also we've got bidder 201, which is Ariel Gold. That's great.
Nice.
She's we're bidder 666.
Oh.
is bidding against 533. So there's Ariel Gold's piece that has got some action, and also we've got lot number 205.
Should have brought our spectacles for this.
I know. 205. It's Gianluca Francese. Looks like bidder number 637 is bidded 995. And we've got some action with also some of the other pieces that are not in live. Check it out.
So number 148, the Lord Frederick pieces, I called it. I knew it. I knew there'd be a war on this.
Yes.
We got 613 battling 583. Good luck. Whoever gets them, I can tell you, I've bought a Lord Frederick toilet piece before, and it has brought me joy every single day since I've bought it.
Yes, and these three pieces that you get they're so funny, and
it's a toilet family.
Yeah, it is.
It's amazing.
It's great. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect for the restroom too. And then what else we got? We got James Scoville.
Scoville's piece, lot 134. And this is just a stunning piece of work by an incredible artist, James Scoville.
And he's been around for a long time with Hospitality House Community Arts Program.
Looks like there's two people that really want that piece.
Yes, yeah, and
right to.
There's a couple. You have a little less than 2 hours left, because the bidding is going to go on till 9 o'clock. Remember, at 9 o'clock, we're going to be closing the doors. So make sure for all pieces, you still have a little time. Make sure you log on. check it out. I know everyone's kind of swooping and hovering. They're kind of hawking, as you call it.
Don't give up. You can do this. You can win.
Yes, yes, we are doing so well. So again, this whole thing is really to not only bring light to our community artists also and celebrate them too, but it's also just to let everyone know about this incredible program, our community arts program. And we are right in the middle. We're going to try to get a permanent home for this community arts program, establish it so it'll be there forever and will never be displaced. And you know, I don't think I can say it just as good as this our executive director Joe Wilson.
He always says it best.
He always says it best. So let's hear from Joe. He's got some final words that he'd like to share with you.
Thank you so much for being a part of this year's 2021 Art Auction Online. Before you go, we need you to do one more thing. We are buying a permanent home for the Community Arts Program, where artists in the community know that they have their permanent space. For us to do that, we need you. We are launching our capital campaign to buy a home for the arts program. Every dollar you contribute makes a difference. Every $1,000 you contribute makes a bigger difference. You can show us that home is where the art is. You can help us realize this dream today for all of our tomorrows. We need you. Thank you.
Wow, imagine a safe space in San Francisco for artists to make art without the fear of displacement. That's the dream. That's
Permanently,
the dream.
right? And like Joe says, we need you. We really do. We need you. You can show us that home is where the art is. Help us realize this dream for so many artists. Help us realize it today. So again, I'm going to put it up there one more time. Bidding page. If you're already a bidder, you can just donate easily by clicking on the donate button, which is on the right-hand side of the main bidding page. You can text your full name, email address, and the amount of your pledge to 415-340-1090. You could indicate if you want to be anonymous as well, or scan the QR code that you see right there on the right-hand side of your screen. It'll take you to the page, hospitalityhouse.org/home-4-cap. So those are 3 ways. We're going to continue. We're not closing this at 9 o'clock. We're just going to continue. It'll be indefinite. These are ways. Tell your friends. Tell everybody who believes in supporting our artists, our dreamers, our visionaries,
our visionaries,
right? Our disruptors, right? Yes, our artists are just incredible dreamers, and we always got to keep that going. Especially a place where they offer free materials, free instructions, a free studio with gallery space where they can also earn from the beauty that they create. They can earn money. It's a unique social enterprise.
And also I think it's worth noting that the community art program is not for a specific group of people. It's for everyone. We have people that come in who are college students. We have people who come in who sleep on the street. We have people who come in who are tourists, who are a little lost. But we say, hey, you want to come in and make art with us anyway? This is an art program for San Franciscans, for everyone in the Bay Area. You can travel, you can come to us. We will be happy for you to come in and make art with us. This is for everyone. And we also couldn't have gotten here without the involvement and the contribution of incredible artists through past auctions and over the years. And I think you have something to say.
Yeah, I did. And I wanted to say that we have so many artists that cross our paths every year. And sometimes, you know, we find out that they've passed away. And we just wanted to pay a couple of tributes to 2 artists. I mentioned earlier Ariel Gold, who supported our program and our art auction also. And you heard Alana's name earlier, and Alana, just such a wonderful person. She was married to Morton Levin, who was also another very talented artist who was doing art sketches during World War II.
No
Alana
way.
shared this with me.
That's incredible.
Yeah, you should see it. I'll show it to you one time, but it's just this collection of beautiful sketches that he did while he was a soldier in World War II. So Morty, we're paying a tribute to you, and Alana made wrote a little poem for you too as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So remember,
Oh my gosh.
remember, auction closes at 9. If you want this piece, don't give up. You keep battling, you keep fighting to get it. And also help us reach our goal. We are so close.
Yes,
we are
we
getting
are.
there. And we want to hold on to this space that we have in San Francisco. We want to not lose another art space to gentrification and through other awful things. We want to stay here. We want to be open for the artists. And we want to do another 50 years of what we've been doing so far.
Now, I just got word, Janet, more breaking news.
Breaking
Yes,
news!
we got a big chunk, a big donation
Cool.
of $10,000, a $10,000 gift from San Francisco philanthropist Diane B. Wilsey. Dee Dee Wilsey, thank you so much
Thank you,
for
Dee
the
Dee.
$10,000.
That is so generous.
We appreciate that. You're part of building this community of artists. Now, we're up to, there it is, $114,055. We're getting closer and closer to that goal. So again, look at the different ways that you can contribute. The bidding page, donate button, text us to 415-340-1090, or scan the QR code that you see on your screen, or go to hospitalityhouse.org and you will find the page there too as well. Now, Janet, this has been so delightful to be able to share this.
I could do 10 more hours of this.
Yeah,
This is great fun.
That's it. Yeah, but with a little bit more beer, right?
Of course.
Well, we're gonna, but you know, we could not have pulled this off, obviously, without the help of a huge list of folks that are in this room right now, and folks out there who are helping us. And I'd like to take this opportunity now to really thank those folks that are behind the scenes and making this all happen. First, we'll start with the Art Auction Planning Committee this year. This was an extraordinary group of folks to work with. It was great. Brad Cerruti.
Oh, Brad.
Brad is
Brad.
He's been around for so long with the art auction, and he's always contributing. Francis Kamakin, who really cool guy. Marissa D.
What would we do?
Orazio.
What would we do without Marissa? Every auction, she just pulls it together with such finesse.
She really was so organized in putting the schedule together for this live stream too. The incomparable, I gotta say, there's no words to describe Tess Davis. I call her Ta-da.
I don't know a Tess Davis.
Oh, yeah. Tess is incredible. Thank you, Tess. Britt Henze, Lady Henze. She connected us.
The networker of networkers.
Yes, and she just hustled and got us the gallery spaces that we were able to show all the different artwork. So thank you, Britt. We got Alejandra Hilsaka. Ale, who works here at Hospitality House as well. Arlie, thank you so much. He always makes me laugh too. Very funny guy. Kate, last.
What would we do without Kate?
Yes, Kate works.
Keeping the art studio running.
Yes. And of course, GABBI Sanchez Mayona, who
all our graphics.
All the graphics, all the beautiful the stuff that you see on screen, the color, and also giving credit to NICO also for that too. Olivia Ongpin.
Oh, wow.
Of course.
What would you do without Olivia either?
Yes, Olivia is another one who
these integral people.
Yes, and she connects us with so many great artists. She runs Lunarian Gallery. That's her gallery. Maddie Putman.
Maddie.
Yes.
Studio assistant extraordinaire and a heart of gold.
A heart of gold. Maria Rocchio, one of our board members, also just like Brad is.
Who also gave a pretty sizable donation earlier on.
Yes.
It's just saw it on the ticker. Thank you so much,
thank
Maria.
You, Maria.
Very generous.
Yes, of course, Tan Siranumas. We know so much about Tan.
Board member, volunteer, community member, artist, staff member, organizer of the studio. Tan does everything.
Yes, Stina Lisa Tilcock also, who is always just really on top of things, coordinating some of the phone calls to obtain the artwork. I'm very proud of this next name, Jasmine MANALO Sullivan. Yes.
Are you familiar with her work?
My very talented niece. She's also a big person on TikTok too, so check her TikTok page out. Of course, the incomparable Kate White too, like I said, one of my most favorite persons in the world too. Then there's Joseph Wilson. Who is that? Joseph Wilson?
The executive director of Hospitality House, Mr. Joe Wilson. None of this exists without Joe. It really doesn't.
And of course, there is none other than the fabulous, the badass herself, Janet Williams, right here, who was on the committee and really did a lot of coordinations. I was here. I was in the periphery.
What about you, Samson? Samson MANALO, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Also, we want to thank our gallery partners.
So this year we did something new and original that we've never done before. So it was pretty scary to start off. We decided it was going to be a hybrid auction. So half online, half in person.
Online-ish.
Online-ish.
As Gabby came up with.
So we, through Brits Connection, had the most incredible gallery partners who stood up and said, yeah, we want to be part of this. We want to help you out. We want to display your auction in our gallery so folks can come by, check out the art before they go bid online. So we had Renee DiCarlo in the drawing room. We had Don Ross and Guy Campbell at Analog.
Yes.
We had Nico Schwieterman at Fleetwood. And we had Alexa Trevino at Artillery. Without these galleries, we wouldn't have been able to put this together. And it has been such a great, beautiful matching of minds. We all just got on, it flowed, and we now have really cool friends in the mission and up on Larkin Street.
Right, and it also, we try as much as possible also to help small businesses. So it really helped the galleries that you all went out there and visited. So we want to thank you also for visiting the galleries. And please continue to visit these galleries. Again, we have Analog, who it's this garage in the Mission. We have the drawing room, which is on 23rd and Cap. They're all right next to each other. Then you have Artillery, which is closer to 24th on Mission. That they have ceramics classes there. You can check that out. Support these establishments. Then you have Fleetwood here in the Tenderloin. They have these amazing T-shirts and zines.
And jewelry and zines.
And artwork too, yes. And Nico runs it over there. And of course, I can't forget Olivia's gallery too, Luna Rayan. Okay, go check that out and look that up. Luna Rayan Gallery 2. Beautiful artwork there. So support these small businesses, these small galleries. They count on you, really, you to come in there and create the life, the traffic, and the beauty to be able to witness the beauty that.
Yeah, we're investing in the San Francisco of tomorrow. This is how we do it.
Yes, this is how we do it. Yes, indeed.
Now, don't forget, bidding is still open till 9
o'clock.
So we've just been a little bit of a distraction, but get to bidding. Get focused on the piece you want and don't give up.
Yes, get right up to that 8:59 mark. You know how to do it too. Now, of course, if you still want to make a donation, it goes beyond 9 o'clock. Just keep making those donations. Tell your friends about it. Be part of this building of community and establishing a permanent place for our artists, our neighborhood artists.
Exactly. Right? You know what? We've done a lot of talking.
Yes.
We've done a lot of listening. I think it's time to dance.
Oh, you think it's time to dance?
I think it's time to dance.
I think it's time to dance too. What do you say? Dance with us, y'all. Come on, let's go.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for joining us. The auction.
Keep bidding.
Online. Keep bidding. Thank you for coming out. We had such a great time. Thank you for welcoming us to your home. Oh, is that you hear that?
I can hear faint music in the distance. It's beautiful.
Yeah, right.
It's tranquil. It's everything.
Yeah, it's history. Yes. Yes. I think, am I in the rhythm? Yes.
You are. Of course you are.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We love you.
Thank you so much. You've been incredible. Thank you.